Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. You're listening and watching DeProgram with John Kiriakou and me, Ted Rall. Today is Wednesday, June 4th, 2025, and it's never a slow news day, and this is no exception. Right before, and we haven't even talked about this, just minutes ago, the news broke that the Department of Education is stripping Columbia University of its official accreditation, meaning that effectively an Ivy League school will have the legal status of like a beautician school.
Yep.
It's
Expect a major lawsuit to be filed at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
No question. Yeah, the Columbia's teams of attorneys are currently working. They will be up all night. It will be. I mean, I assume that a judge would issue an injunction because it could literally. No one's going to attend a school that's not accredited. If it's not accredited, it can't issue a degree. It's a meaningless piece of paper.
Yeah, that's right. And the reason why the Department of Education is doing this, they say, is that Columbia has done nothing to stop campus anti-Semitism. Can you imagine?
Well, it's so completely like reverse world, right? It's like Spock with a beard. Right, because this university has it's an alternate universe, right? There's no reality here at all. Every time I read every article about alleged purported anti-Semitism related to the Gaza movement, and I'm always frustrated because it's always like, well, I felt uncomfortable on campus because when I approached some protesters to tell them about why they shouldn't be doing that, they refused to talk to me. I'm like, that's not anti-Semitism. That's refusing to escalate and start a fight. Yeah. And so anyway, the thing is, Columbia University, they have fired faculty, they have suspended students, expelled students, stripped graduates of their degrees, cooperated with ICE on campus, banned Jewish Voice for Peace and several other campus organizations, blocked off campus, prohibited demonstrations, all focused on pro-Palestinian protesters. There has been no credible allegation of anti-Semitism in that giant, which by the way is bizarre. I would expect to just be able to go anywhere randomly and find some anti-Semitism, but this apparently seems to be the one place where there is no anti-Semitism. And they, and it's like, I don't know what's in people's hearts, but there's no public displays. And then they're like, okay, so then if Columbia should be attacked, it should be for their vicious oppression of the Palestinian movement.
That's right.
But instead, they're being accused of not oppressing it enough. It's insane.
It's nuts. Yeah, it's nuts. And why do you think the target is Columbia? Why is it not Harvard or GW, which had a tent city during the protests, or Yale or some other school? What's the beef specifically with Columbia?
Well, the only thing I can think of is the history of the protest movement. The encampment structure began at Columbia, and then it spread from there. That seems to be the only thing. There's some dime store psychologists who say that, Trump resents Columbia because they never admitted him or whatever. Yeah. He went to UPenn, transferred to UPenn instead. I don't know if I believe that. I don't believe Trump's like really that petty, or I don't know. I think it must be like we're going to the heart of the beast. This is where it started and it's spread from here. I don't know. What do you think?
I think that has to be it. And he is attacking Harvard, not specifically on this issue, but Harvard is taking it on the chin, just like Columbia is. But I think you're right. I think it's because this originated at Columbia, and he's going to make an example of Columbia so everybody else can see what could happen to them.
John, maybe it's also Harvard versus Columbia. Harvard is going after a whale, right? The oldest school in the United States, dates to 1630. The Pilgrims founded it. It's like, it's a colonial era school. So is Columbia, but just barely 1754.
Right.
But Harvard is, it's kind of like how there's Howlin' Wolf and all other Mississippi Delta blues singers. It's like there's Harvard and there's all other schools, including Columbia. And Columbia is like, it's in New York. It's like, oh, it's a symbolism of like urban defeatism, liberalism.
Yes.
I'm thinking that that's those things all play into it.
I think so too. I think that's what it is.